Yeah, come on, bro. What y'all waiting?
Come on, girl. Hold on! Hey! Come here. This the camera right here down here, dog. It's the camera down here, yo. Oh shit! I'm fucking down! It's wet as fuck outside, y'all.
I'm feeling so light skinned with the curly hair, bro. You know this shit go crazy.
Curly
hair, nigga. What? Nigga, this is pearls. Come on now.
Is anybody else tired of the sad stories? I don't know if it's just me, but I like a happy ending. Don't get me wrong, dark and edgy stories can be peak. That's not what I'm saying. Just look. To explain this, I gotta walk you through a couple of recent events that went on in my life, right? So I had this conversation with this little lady, and she had this quote unquote realistic outlook on life. And you know me, I'm the sparkles and rainbows nigga. I'm not gonna come on here and tell you everything, but basically she told me it's easy to rely and need people. She believed the strong people were the people who didn't need anyone ever and did everything alone. Right? So keep that in mind. Rewinding to even before that, there's always just been an automatic praise to whatever story can be the darkest in any character that screams emo. I mean, it took us an uncomfortable amount of time to realize a comic got killed was ass. Mind you, I like a comic got killed, but that shit was terrible. At least the ending anyways. Genuinely, there should be no reason I should see more versions of evil Superman than the actual Superman. I mean, Omni-Man, Homelander, Injustice Superman. Shit, even the Man of Steel was walking around brooding like nobody understood him. Bringing this back to the conversation I had, my response was, it's boring. I think the dark side of life is easy to live on, and darker stories are less ambitious to tell. It's easy to say this shit won't work out, because most likely it won't. It's also easy to tell the stories where the character that tried to change the world fails, because it happened throughout history thousands of times. My whole thing is, it ain't shit special about saying that. I'm not gonna lie to you and act like I didn't go through a phase where I thought everybody was being delusional and I'm living in a real world where love ain't real and ain't no happy endings, but I was humbled for it. I lost an amazing woman because of it, and that was my test, but I don't plan on failing it again. Fear for the sake of fear and sad for the sake of nothing gets to me, because the one time we get to be more than human, we choose the worst. So what does that say about society? I believe that art is the essence of humanity. So what does it say when all of our favorite characters are genocidal maniacs? Because it's like your body makes you physical, but your creativity makes you more. It's like you without human shackles. The soul, whatever you want to call it. I think art is how we truly have conversation. Not literal, but something more. From film, music, dance, painting, writings, whatever. If aliens had a death beam to this bitch and they said, what do you have to offer? We truly only could offer art. And I truly don't get you niggas anyways. Like, you want your favorite character to die? I don't know, I just think it's dumb. I'm not saying death shouldn't happen in stories and dark things just shouldn't happen. Death can be beautiful if used correctly and dark things happen, but allow your characters to be characters. Allow your stories to be dreams. At the core of your being, what are you trying to say? Everybody has a conversation, and I think that's why art is so beautiful, because it allows us to raise these questions for each other to answer, creating this dialogue that is not held down by human shit. I want to ask you a question. If you had no limitations on a story you could tell, like you had endless money or the perfect voice or the perfect words to explain, what story would you tell? Would it be realistic? Would it be a tragedy? In my opinion, I think it's boring. I think that's boring. I know it serves a purpose. I absolutely adore stories that tell a tragedy for the sake of saying something, pushing the conversation of humanity. Those are not what I'm talking about. It's the endless horror films and the endless everybody fails story. It's okay to want your happy ending. I think we made it this far off the backs of people who dreamed way too big and hoped for the happy ending. I'm aware I'm too far on the optimistic side of shit. I like being over here because I think it's brave to rely on people. I think it's brave to get hurt and then get back up and put yourself in the line of fire again and again. I know there's a beauty in loving and not knowing someone 100% but still finding it in your heart to trust them. With 99% of you, because we all got our demons. And yeah, I think the core people is good. And yes, I see all the killings. But I think art proves that. Shit, I think the fact that we're still here proves that. Because picture this. If we had a giant storm, we had to restart everything. Yeah, killing and stealing may start, but eventually we would come together to survive. And the day we don't come together to survive, we'll just die. And it won't matter anymore. So as long as we take steps in this world and continue to bounce back, my theory remains correct. She told me since it comes so natural to us to do bad, that's what's at our core. But I don't think that's true. I don't think it's how you start, but how you continue. Creativity is one of the only times that we get to show that we have something other than just the physical. We have a soul. So yeah, I think it takes way more balls to allow yourself to dream about a better world. Characters can never truly capture every layer of a human being. It's impossible. So don't hold them back, because they can be something more. And there's a beauty in that, because humans may be the peak of the evolution chain, but the world continues to evolve through our creations. So yeah, I like that Superman will never waver, or Batman will never kill, because realistically you probably would pack the Joker up. But at least these stories give you a hand to try to be better. And I think that's what art should always be, the best of us. Because all it took was one dream, and a few people who thought maybe it wasn't that crazy to touch stars.